Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 4 of this Esoc Premier League series cast. I'm Turk, playing as the Spanish, spawning to the west of the map, Sanguine in the colour red, Conqueror. He's playing as the Portuguese and he's spawning to the right in the colour blue. Last game was a very interesting French mirror. I'm Turk slightly edging Conk there, getting the victory, and he currently leads the series 2-1. Now playing as the Spanish on Sanguine. It's not a map you'd often see the Spanish being played, but it's not the biggest water map, so I'm not too sure Spain are too worried by water sieves. There is a mid-map trading line, sometimes spawns in the vertical spawn, sometimes trapezoid, so you can't really rely on TP strategies. It's not the biggest map, maybe rush distance here could work into iamturk's favour. There's just loads of options here for iamturk. I'd be very curious to see how he wants to go about this. Let's see 120 food treasure. I have a player looking to, well, both players are looking to try and take the treasure, but Conqueror here is just standing nearby. I think he took the first crack shot and is just kind of waiting nearby until his crack shot recharges. iamturk is close, but he just doesn't want to commit it just yet. Dog comes in. Crackshot does come in, actually. Who gets... Oh, I think iamturk takes it first. What a beast. Yes, iamturk 120 food. And with the dog and explorer here, getting massive damage here on Conqueror's explorer. Insane value. And Conqueror here is not fighting the dog. He needs to turn and fight the dog. I mean, this has gone horrendously wrong for Conqueror. The explorer's gone down. 125 food and 45 XP there for Spain. Insane. Reveals do get sent back at home. iamturk does only have one house built, is saving wood, hasn't gone for an age 1 trading post, so might actually be doing some advanced trading post strategies, which we don't often see in this meta as such. Quite often we see Spain going 3-vil into capitalism for a strong fast fortress, but this deck just reminds me of old Spain players, just standard Esoc patch time of 3-vil, advanced trading post, map control. There is no Spanish gold here, but there is a frigate. 1,000 food as well, quite interesting here for iamturk. Maybe fast industrial plays, maybe potential revolts on the ATP eco income. We'll have to see how this one pans out. I mean, iamturk has crackshotted one of these polar bears. The thing is, Conqueror's explorer is down and out. That he has no scouts to help revive him. So iamturk are taking these big treasures in the middle of the map for free. There is no contention. Yeah, crackshot does come in. Plus 26 XP there, so that's 52 from the Guardians. And 135 from the treasure. iamturk has sent a shipment, ATP. He nearly has another. He's got so much XP income behind this. All the villas now on wood. He does have advanced train posts secured, and he's just going to build these one by one. Normally, you might see villagers being sent forwards just to get the foundations down and secure it versus his Portuguese opponent, but doesn't need to. Like, Portuguese explorer is down and out for the count. He can't. And look, the Don Gato and Queso, the dogs, are just sat on top of the explorer. That they just know exactly if he ever gets back up, those dogs are going to sit him right back down again, and he hasn't got enough HP to build a trading post while these dogs and explorer are attacking him, so it's kind of really awkward territory. It's too early in the game to really be thinking about buying back your explorer and giving your opponent all those extra resources. Right, looking at Conqueror's deck. Water standard. Card number 1, Fatora here. No schooners in deck. Does have water cards and water eco, rendering plant there. Very strong cards, eco theory, affecting all villagers and fishing boats, but no schooners. Suggests that maybe Fatoras these days in the current meta is stronger than schooners. That does seem a bit strange. Or maybe not. Maybe Fatoras is the card that Portuguese needs to compete and be a great civ, and that covered wagon's actually going to the north, going straight onto onto the silver mine. Muskox nearby. Do know that Conqueror here has actually aged up with the 2 villagers and the 2 cows, so should have a decent food income. Going for 700 gold straight away. Looks like Conqueror's just going to go for a straight fast fortress build behind this, and iamturk is just thinking, okay, you go for a fast fortress. I'm just going to take mid-map. I'm going to take stagecoach. I'm going to go 3 TP, and I'll have a great eco and great timing push in the third age. Well, I assume iamturk will be advanced up to the next age. Advanced train post here on the native TP as well. That's an interesting play. I think ATP actually reduces the cost of the remote build as well, down to like 65 food, 65 wood, or 70 food, 70 wood, that price area. It's quite nice just to then help yourself just get these random natives. Obviously, the American natives here, they also provide a 0.35 XP income, so it's a little bit of a trickle, and that can supplement the XP income for Spain while the trading posts are on other resources. I would like to see maybe a couple of the TP sets experience though. The third age shipments so high in value and it's so worth just spamming them out. And a stagecoach, everyone loves level 1 TP set XP, but stagecoach provides even more experience points. But everyone goes straight for the resources. Actually setting our income to food for the time being, spamming out CDBs and vills, sending in the gold, trying to get enough resources to click up to the next stage. It feels like gold does come in. There's plenty on the mine, but just be quite tough to get all the food required to get up to the next stage in a decent time. And Conqueror's nearly up. You'd have to imagine he's nearly up. Church does come down in the back for the XP income there, but he's halfway up. Aging up with the marksman, now providing Cassadors on the age up. Other town centres still working away quite nicely. No Kree settlement as of yet. Cards in the third age does have access to 3 organ guns, has both the 8 Cassador, 5 Dragoons, does have crates income as well. Floating a shipment, I think he was thinking of sending 700 wood, decided to cancel against it though, maybe wanting to send the better, higher value 1000 wood in the third age, considering he's nearly up. There is pretty much no Spanish aggression here for the time being. iamturk's in his own build. Conqueror's in his own build. Conqueror's in the next stage. Really defensive town centre straight away. 1000 wood coming in behind. I think Conqueror's really fearing a potential push here from iamturk. And you don't want to risk a super far forward town centre. iamturk moves in, scouts the marksman age up. That's the 6 Cassadors. Age up Hussars here from iamturk will be very tasty. They can get some good work done. The Bishop. Oh! iamturk here is aging up with the town centre. Did see that Creed Tannin is being researched as well, so extra HP for his units. All the CDB is very nice. 27 villagers. Soon we'll have 5 CDB. Has the 3 TP stagecoach behind this, so Spain economy is looking pretty nice, but Conk still retains the score lead. Quite a lot of that score is actually in the buildings, but getting 1k wood in, getting the infrastructure down. Still no military buildings, so now having the double stable coming down will actually allow him to get some units out. It's very interesting to see how quick this wood gets spent. So actually going double stable artillery foundry. So looking for a organ gun dragoon double composition, it looks like. Market tax here for Conqueror looking pretty decent as well. Place some mines on the gold. Steel traps on the villagers. Yeah, there's the double stable. 2 dragoons are being trained. 5 dragoons being shipped behind. Maybe that could have been the 3 organ guns instead, but I suppose you kind of need to have enough dragoons to cover the organ guns to make it work. Now if you've actually built the artillery foundry, I'm sure the next card behind this 1000 gold. Be a better way to try and invest, and actually picks up the Explorer now with the Cassador. Explorer's nearby. He's trying to put his town centre, but it's not quite working. Hussar's moving in. Dragoons can intercept. That's the H-up town centre. What's it doing so far forward? I don't know. H2 Huss get action on the Dragoons. Those Castors in trouble as well, but more reinforcing Dragoons there. Another double batch. 14 on the field here from Conqueror. iamturk has to back. And that forward town centre, that's in a dangerous spot. There's pretty much no reinforcements here for iamturk. Couple of skirms here, couple of Huss here, couple of other units, but Conqueror is already putting pressure on this town centre. I think the building will go up, but at what cost? Nine Rodellos now being shipped. Skirm's being trained as well. I think that's the right answer to seeing many Dragoons. Skirm Rod. Dragoons don't counter any of those units, and both Skirmisher and Rodellero do massive damage to the Dragoons. But hasn't quite addressed the potential facts that there be more organ guns from Conqueror behind. Does actually go for the chests of 1,000 gold. Getting a little bit of wood chopping action coming along. Gang Saw Eco. Get the houses and afford in the organ guns. But with a little bit of market training for another house, getting that house built and train some more, he could get a batch of 4 here. It's not impossible, but probably doesn't have enough resources. Also, looks like he actually wasn't getting that house built in time. House does come up. We'll train another organ gun pretty soon. Does have a shipment. Ooh, actually will go for an organ gun shipment behind this as well. Which, I guess it makes sense. Like, you'd rather have mass organ guns instead of 8 Cassadors. Like, in this situation when you've got lots of Dragoons, there's nothing that a couple of extra Cassadors will do better than what the organ guns can do. The organ guns are here to kill the skirmishers. They're here to kill the Rodelleros. They're here to kill the buildings. And iamturk dropping another town centre right in the face of Conqueror. iamturk is not just taking map control. He's dominating the middle, trying to really put pressure onto Conqueror. But I say dominating. He's most likely overextending his situation. This town centre is just about okay, but that top town centre is very greedy in terms of location. And there's so many resources behind where a town centre could really secure nicely fast reinforcements. Double batch of Lancers being trained. Lancers being shipped behind this. What a batch here from iamturk, and that's a lot of power from those units. 2 Falcons have now been scouted out by Conqueror. Early exchanges onto iamturk. And Turk's just going to back off a little bit. A couple of Vills in the town centre, killing these Vills from TC fire. You need to remember that town centres do extra damage versus villagers. Conqueror has 2 Culverins out as well, so the Culverins are here to deal with the Falconets. But the Falconets, though, oh my god, they're out of place. Conqueror, is he going to kill him? Yeah, of course he is. Just about. No? Yes? He should be able to. Split fire onto the second Falcon as well. That's a great play. Okay, Lance is going to commit now. But Conqueror kind of needs to protect the organ guns, and that's the thing. Like, does iamturk keep pushing? He's basically taking his unit counter here. He's trying to take on Dragoons with Lancers. That's not really wants, but he kind of has to get stuff done. Minutemen do come out. Culverins does pick off that remaining Falconet. There are 5 organ guns still here, putting massive fire on all infantry. Minutemen called here from iamturk, but the Dragoons still standing, and the Lancers just have to run for it. Still 3 organ guns, and the Minutemen being cleaned up, and what a great fight for Conqueror that was. iamturk having to run for the hills behind this. Another shipment here for the Portuguese player. Cassadors is the answer. No indication of going to Black Riders yet, or should I say the Armored Pistoliers. Another game where Conqueror has Pistoliers in his deck. Interesting to see, because that could be very strong to kind of protect versus the Lancer spam. They do have a 60% melee resist Armored Pistoliers. Where's this Vil going? Like, Spain's traded Vil here. Yeah, he's just teleported it through the town centre, sent it back home. Has no business working in Portuguese territory at the moment. Portuguese explorers back up. The Vils trying their hardest to work on this hunt that iamturk has kind of got a little bit of control. These villagers on this gold mine. These villagers in? Are they actually in the gold mine? It looks like it's super close. But that's such a scary thing for Conqu's villagers, because 5 Vils here from iamturk getting to the town centre. Massive damage on Conqueror's Vils. Probably a 2-shot kill at that point. Be very careful. Culverins moving forward, putting siege on. Organ guns are starting to attack as well. Lancers going straight in for the charge. There's a lot of Rodelleros here, but I think charging ahead with the Lancers as the kind of the first wave is a bit awkward. Organ guns firing onto the Rodoleros, and Dragoons are still there to body block, but okay, Dragoons backing off, but still so many organ guns behind this, so it doesn't actually matter. Siege is going to rip through the infantry, and another fight where could have gone either way. There's a lot of Rodoleros to cut through the Dragoons, but the organ guns with their rate of fire, the splash, the effects, so strong. Nice defensive play here from Conqueror. Conqueror and the Portuguese are still a force to be reckoned with. More Hussars being trained. They do have their Constable combat cards. Dragoon combat already sent here for Conqueror as well. No Arsenal down here for the ranged cavalry caracol, but I don't think that will matter too much. Oh, actually, as we speak, Arsenal does come down. Ranged cavalry caracol. Conqueror's on 77 villagers. Like, I think this is something we just forget about, is when you're playing against a scaling civilization like Portuguese, if you don't get work done early on, then the economy is just going to take off. And I think we're in that situation. iamturk losing a second town centre and starting to lose control on the map. Meanwhile, Conqueror is just having a great time, 80 vills. iamturk is only on 56, which is still a good number, but compared to Portuguese, it's not. Unfortunately, it is just not good enough at this point in the game. Preparado! More Rodoleros, more H2 Hussars, question mark? Couple of dogs, very nice, couple of Lancers. Kind of feel that if this was Dragoons instead of Lancers, it might be a bit better. There's still no real infantry from Conqueror on the field, and Lancers are only specialist anti-infantry. They're not really good versus... They don't have bonuses versus artillery. There's no real job here that the Lancers doing a better job than the Hussars already doing, apart from maybe a high HP and tanking with that 30% range resist. But Goons can at least maybe contest the Portuguese Dragoons as well. Certainly not compete, but can just buy time, distract, draw fire, let the Rodoleros close in. The organ guns here from Conqueror is just doing so much damage, and kind of as soon as iamturk makes a culverin, which he has two now, could open doors back for iamturk. Does have infantry combat. There's no Rodolero HP in the second age. That's a bit of a shame. Hand cavalry HP. Oh, good card there, but 20% Rodolero HP in the second age is also something to consider. I will say that iamturk does have a decent sized army now. 145 population. It's just not even close to Conqueror's 190 population. Half that being vills and half of it being pure army. The strength of his units as well is so strong. I think he has Cav Cuirass now on his Hussars. He definitely does have ranged cavalry caracol and both the cavalry combat upgrades. So the Portuguese army is certainly well versatile, well rounded. It's a 4-unit composition here. It's a 5-unit if you include the culverins. It's a different unit type. So Conqueror's got all his bases kind of secure, and now actually moved on to the trading line and taking the trading sites himself. That's a smart move. 480 HP, 40 attack versus 416 HP, 34 attack. iamturk does have it in the cavalry combat, but no veterancy on Hussars, and probably no Cav Cuirass from the Arsenal. I don't think there is an Arsenal. Okay, there is an Arsenal. Kemiorvenia. Lancers charging in, do find some villagers, but they will pull back. Okay, Rodoleros are going in straight for the cavalry, and again, on paper, this looks like this should be a pretty decent fight here for iamturk, but Conqueror does actually pick off the culverins quite nicely. iamturk's now got no culverins, and there's still organ guns ripping through the Rodoleros. Villagers here as well, CTB pulled in from Conqueror. Now, not a cleanup, but it's a trade, let's say. It's a trade, and there's still organ guns doing good damage. It's the Hussars, it's the Caçadores, it's villagers trading, and they're not getting onto the low HP RS3 behind us, which he really needs to do. More cavalry coming in, but Conqueror's saying, okay, you can have my artillery, you can have my skirms, but I've still got so many dragoons behind this, and Conqueror can afford to remass. iamturk really can. 64 villagers for iamturk. Conqueror, he's at 87, and he's going water. Full transition to water, 3 dock. Frigate being sent to secure as well. Clean out the water, and they're going to safely move into it. And all the Lancers going down once again. Okay, Colts do go down, but we're just training easy batches of 10 Dragoons at a time. A couple more organ guns from Conqueror, and, you know, iamturk will be in big trouble. Ville's moving forward. I guess he's out of gold his side. He's still got some gold. Maybe it's a misrally, maybe it's tanking. Who knows? He has to move them forward, but he has to quickly run back because all these super jacked Dragoons. Portuguese combat card, which is 20%. Range cavalry caracol as well. Nothing quite compares. 290 HP Dragoon, 33 attack, 14 range. Those is going down. Rod's charging in, but there's defensive organ guns here. Look at the kills. Look at the kills. There's a triple straight away, and he might bunch up, but they're all just going to get splash damage, and all of them have gone down. Only one organ gun goes down in the end. iamturk does call the GG, and Conqueror gets another point on the board. Again, another 2-2 situation after 4 games. What a great series this has been so far. So that was interesting. Spain going for a mid-map TP advanced trading post play. Bit delayed age up there, but with strong economy. Conqueror just straight FF'd into 3 TC spam, Feitora's card 1. Essentially, it was the unit control and unit matchups that led Conqueror to his victory. Dragoon, organ gun. iamturk very late to the party of the Culverins, but also very greedy with his town centres forward. I think if iamturk had those town centres up a little bit behind, producing villagers for longer, I think this game could go a long way. But Conqueror managed to edge ahead and getting the game secured there, which is great to see. Villager population, it just explodes, doesn't it? If you don't stamp this out, it just spirals out of control, and the economy here from the Portuguese player just uncontested. It's probably going to look very strong for Spain early on, but the rate of income here for Portugal, even at the 13-minute mark, was just a little bit higher than Spain. Doesn't quite overtake total resources, but I feel that as the game would have went on even further, it would have, especially after Spain lost middle map control of the trading posts. Military unit population here. Some of the earlier fights, this main fight here from iamturk, a lot of Lancers charging straight into full Dragoon organ gun, which is good to kill the organ guns, but the problem is once you lose the Dragoons or Lancers, you just lost so much of your meat to the army, which then exposes the Rodoleros, and maybe if the Rodoleros went in first, took a bit of damage, could kind of sneak the Lancers in underneath, but I think at the end of the day, Lancers were just the wrong units there. They just did not get the job done, and maybe a skirmisher Rodolero based army play would have been better than Rod Lance in this situation. But maybe Spain would have needed some artillery to back that up as well, like Culverins to counter the organ guns. But I think Turk played that. He played it well. I really liked the strategy there from Turk. So, you know, honours even, but Conqueror does win the game there, and we'll see who wins the 5th and final game in the next video. So I'll catch you over there. Make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoy this content, and I'll see you in the next one.